All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to do section 3.8 today. In order to do that, we're going to need to understand how to do matrices on the calculator. So on the side here, we can see the steps. Okay, first we're going to find the matrix button. All right, so let's find the matrix button on our calculator. Now, depending upon which calculator you have, there are two options. Okay, so I'm going to use my little arrow here. So if you have a newer calculator, the matrix button is above the x to the -1. If you have an older calculator, it's just the actual matrix. It says matrix right on the button. So again, if you have a newer calculator, the matrix is above the x to the -1 button. If you have an older calculator, it's just the button. All right, so find that matrx. So to find that, to open it up, with the newer calculator, we're going to hit second and that button, and we're going to see this menu. If you have an older calculator, just hit the button and that should pop up. All right, so that was step one. We found the matrix button. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to right arrow to edit. All right, so we're going to use our right arrow key and go over to edit. Okay, we must have edit right there. Okay, edit. All right, check. Pick the matrix. Well, you can see we have two matrices here. We have matrix A and we have matrix B. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with A. So back to your calculator. So we're going to push the number 1 for matrix A. Okay, again, we're going to push the number 1 for matrix A. Okay, now that shows up. All right, so we pick the matrix. Now, 4 says type the dimensions. Okay, well, this has 2 rows and 2 columns. So the dimensions are 2 by 2. All right, so back to the calculator. And we're going to hit the 2, enter, 2, enter. Okay, so you can see we now have the dimensions 2 by 2. All right, check. Type the numbers into the matrix. Okay, well, here we go. We're going to type in those numbers, the 5, -7, the -3, 9. Okay, so here we go. 5, enter, -7, enter. Okay, and then the bottom row is -3, 9. -3 and 9. Make sure you hit enter after you've typed it. All right, again, go back, rewind this if you didn't get that. So type those numbers in matrix A. All right, now it says repeat. Okay, so now we're going to do matrix B. All right, so I'm going to start at the top. Okay, I'm not going to flip back and forth here. Here we go. So we're going to go back to, we got to start at the beginning. So we're going to go second matrix if you had a newer calculator. Otherwise, again, just hit matrix. Right arrow to edit. But this time we're going to pick number 2, matrix B. All right, looking at the dimensions again, we've got 2 rows and 2 columns, so that's a 2 by 2. So we're going to go 2, enter, 2, enter. All right, now we're going to enter the numbers into the calculator. -3, 11, -3, enter, 11, enter. Okay, the second row, -4, 2, -4, enter, 2, enter. Again, make sure you hit enter after that last number. Now, we have typed the numbers into the calculator. Now, to get out of this screen, we do second, quit. Again, second, quit will take you back to the home screen. All right, and that's what this says right here. When you're all done, second mode, which is second quit. So let me run through that again. So you go to your matrix, you go to edit, you pick the one that you want to edit, you put the dimensions in, and then you type the numbers. And then again, if you need to start over, you need to go back to your matrix. You need to right arrow to edit, pick the matrix you want, type in the dimensions, and then the numbers. When you're all done, second, quit. All right, let's go back. Let's go to the next page. All right, so we know how to type things into the matrix now. Now we're going to do a quick review. So what is the identity for addition? So 6 plus what equals 6? Or 7 plus what equals 7, and so on. Okay, so for the identity for addition, remember, is adding 0. All right. Okay, this is going to lead into what we're going to be doing with the matrices and the calculator. Okay, so the sum of a number and its inverse equals. All right, well, if I take 6 plus its inverse, or I take 7 plus its inverse, okay, it's going to equal 0. Okay, there's a reason behind this when we get to the matrices. All right, let's go to the next page. So what is it for multiplication? What is the identity for multiplication? So if I took 8 times what gives me 1. Okay, well, let me back that up. Hold on here. Okay, 8 times what is 8? That would be 1. All right. Okay. 10 times what is 10? Okay, again, that's 1. So the identity for multiplication is 1. Now, the product of a number and its inverse equals. Well, 8 times what is going to equal 1? Okay, because that's what the product of a number and its inverse equals, is 1. Okay, remember, it's the reciprocal, 1/8. 10 times what equals 1? And that would be 1/10, the reciprocal. So the inverse of multiplication is the reciprocal, and the inverse for addition is the opposite. All right? So now, how does that work with matrices? What is the identity of a matrix? Well, we have a 2 by 2 matrix. So if I have a matrix, let's just say 1, 2, 3, 4, times what is going to give me the matrix 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to give me the same matrix back. Okay, well, that would be 1, 0, 0, 1. That is the identity for a 2 by 2 matrix. Okay. Now, what about a 3 by 3 matrix? So if I had the matrix 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, what would the matrix be to give me the same numbers back? Okay, sorry, it kind of got squished in there. All right, there's a pattern to this, ladies and gentlemen. It would be 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. Okay, go back and look at matrix 2 by 2 matrix and see if you can see the little pattern we got going. So if I take that matrix times this matrix, I'm going to get the same matrix back. All right? All right, let me just do one more here. Let's say that we have a 4 by 4. Now, this only works with matrices that have the same number of rows and columns. Okay, it has to be same number of rows and same number of columns. So if it's a 4 by 4, it would be 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. Okay, that is the identity matrix for matrices. Okay, that is the identity for matrices. All right, so next page. We want to find the inverse of 3825. All right, 3825. So here we go. So we're going to go back to our calculator. We're going to go back to the matrix. We're going to go to edit. We're going to pick A. All right, 2 by 2. Now we need to put the new numbers into our calculator. 3825. 3, enter. 8, enter. 2, enter. 5, enter. All right, we have typed the numbers into our matrix. Okay, now second quit. Go back to your home screen. All right, so what we're going to do now, ladies and gentlemen, is we are going to have the calculator figure out the A inverse. So we're going to, so we need to be on our home screen. Then we're going to go to the matrix. All right, so here we go. Home screen, matrix. Now, do not go to edit. Okay, do not go to edit. We're going to just pick number 1 where we typed it in, which is matrix A. So pick number 1. Do not go to edit. It shows up on the home screen. Now, that is telling us inverse. All right, so this is what we see on our home screen right now. Now I need to get that -1 to show up. Okay, well, that is also the matrix button. If you look for this button. Okay, so that's the button we're going to hit. We're going to hit that button, and it puts that -1 for an exponent on there. Okay, then all we have to do is hit enter. And there's the inverse matrix. -5, 8 to -3. -5, 8, -2, 3. To -3. To -3. All right, so that's how we find the inverse of a number. So let me go through that again. So we go to the matrix, we go to edit, we pick the matrix, we type the numbers in the matrix. We quit, we then go back to the matrix, we pick the matrix we want, we hit the inverse button, and we hit enter. All right? Okay. Now, next thing we're going to do is we're going to review solving an equation. All right? So, let's see how this works. So remember, we're going to take and subtract 5. So 2x equals -20. Divide by 2, and we get x equals -10. All right? So the purpose of this is we have to undo to solve for x. So we have to undo addition by subtracting. We have to undo the multiplication by dividing. Okay, so We're going to use the matrix to solve a matrix equation. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a matrix out of this system. So the first matrix, we put just the numbers in. 2, -3, 1, and 4. Again, there's a 1 in front of the x, but you don't see it. The next matrix are the two letters, x, y. Okay, equals. The third matrix is 19 and the -7. All right, here we go. We're going to put this in matrix A. We're going to put this in matrix B. We are not going to put the letters in the matrix. All right, here we go. Calculator. So I'm going to clear this. All right, I'm going to go to the matrix. I'm going to go to edit. Number 1. It's a 2 by 2, and the numbers are 2, -3, 1, 4. Okay, now I need to put in the other matrix. So we got to start over. Second matrix, edit, number 2. Now, this is a 2 by 1. Okay, 2 rows, 1 column. Make sure you change it to a 2 by 1. So now we've got 19, and then we have -7. All right, second quit. So again, type the numbers into the matrix. Now, the trick to all of this is we're going to have the calculator find x and y. So what we're going to do is we're going to take matrix A, we're going to take the inverse of that, because we're going to undo, and then we're going to pick matrix B. And that is going to give us the answer to this matrix, to this system. All right, here we go. So calculator. We're going to go second matrix. We're going to pick number 1. We're going to hit the inverse button. We're going to go back to the matrix. We're going to pick number 2. Okay, again, that's what I wrote. A inverse times B. So that inverse is undoing, okay? It's using the inverse. So hit enter, and voila, there is the answer to this system. It's 5, -3. Okay, let's do another one. Okay, so here we go. This is 2, -7, -1, 5. Oops. And xy equals the -6, 3. All right, so let's put the numbers in our matrix. So that means we've got to start over. So again, we need to put in 2, -7. Nope, not there. Okay, 2 by 2. Now, 2, -7, -1, 5. All right, now we're going to go back to the matrix. We're going to pick the second one, and we're going to put in those other 2 numbers. Okay, second matrix. Hold on, second matrix, edit, number 2. Okay, 2 by 1 again, and it's -6, 3. -6, 3. Quit. All right, and again, go back to the matrix. Pick A, inverse. Go back to the matrix. Pick B, enter. So the solution to this is -3, 0. All right. All right, sometimes you're going to have a larger matrix. Okay, so in this case, we've got the top row, which is 2, -5, 3. The middle row is -4, 6, 2. And the bottom row is -6, Now, notice the letter Y is missing. Okay, well, alphabetical order, that means there's a 0 in that spot. So be careful. Whatever letter's missing, you need to put that 0 in that spot, and then 8. And then this is X, Y, Z equals 1, 14, 18. Okay, now type those in. I'm not going to show it, but put those into your matrix. Pause the video and do that, because in about 10 seconds, I'm going to put the answer up. So practice typing it in, pause the video, and then start the video. All right, hopefully you paused it. Here we go. So your answer there should be, I believe, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So again, this was a 3 by 3. This was a 3 by 1. So hopefully you typed that in your matrix correctly. If not, practice it, do it again. All right, moving on. Okay, sometimes you may have some actual word problems. So let's take a look. In blue, at a video store, the cost of 3 DVDs, 2 video games, and 4 VHS movies is $130. In red, the cost of 2 DVDs, 1 video game, and 5 VHS movies is $105. And in purple, the cost of 3 DVDs, 3 video games, and 3 VHS movies is $135. Find the cost of each item. Well, starting in blue, we've got 3, 2, 4, and it's $130. So let's take a look. Nope, wrong one. All right, so that will give us 3D plus 2V plus 4M equals 130. Okay, looking at the red. 2 DVDs, 1 video game, 5 VHS is $105. 2D plus 1V plus 5M equals 105. And then the purple, three DVDs, 3 video games, 3 VHS movies is 135. So we got 3D plus 3V plus 3M equals 135. Okay, put those in your matrix. All right, pause the video, type that in, do your A inverse times B, matrix B, and get an answer. All right, pause the video. Welcome back. Hopefully you found what each one is. So you should have gotten a DVD cost 20 bucks. The video, I believe, costs 15, and the movie 10. All right. Now, grab your worksheet. If you don't have it, pause, go get the worksheet. Let's look at number 22 on the worksheet. Okay, so number 22 on the worksheet, you're going to type in this into the matrix. And the reason I want to talk about this one is because I want to show you something because it's going to end up a bunch of decimals. So we're going to want to do the inverse of this. And then I'm going to show you how to take care of it so we don't have decimals. All right, so let's go to our calculator. Let's go to the matrix. We're going to edit matrix A. So go to edit. All right, it looks like that this is a 3 by 3. Okay, let me get these numbers typed in. -2, 5, -1, 0, 8, 1, 12, -5, 0. All right, so quit. Now let's take a look at what this is going to look like. So let's go back to the matrix. Let's pick number 1 and hit the inverse button, and that is ugly. All right, we do not want all of those decimals. So to take care of that, remember we have a fraction button. Hit your math button, pick fraction, and then hit enter. That is much nicer. Okay, so sometimes you're going to get decimals. I don't want decimals, I want fractions. Use the fraction button on your calculator. So that was number 22. Keep hitting the wrong buttons here. All right, number 16. Okay, there wasn't one like this in the notes, but let me go over it quick because it's everything that we have been doing. It's just in a little different format. Okay, so it's wanting us to solve this matrix. So you're going to put this in matrix A. You're going to put this in matrix B. When you're all done, you're going to then go and do the inverse of A times B. And when you're all done, that is what your answer is. That's what they're asking you to do. Okay, it's in a little different format. So you're doing it the same way. Put that in A, put that in B, take the inverse of A times B, and that's your answer. All right, that is the lesson. Good luck, ladies and gentlemen.